The FNRad Snowboard Podcast is presented by Vans. Pretty rainy here in Vancouver today. Hopefully some snow up top. I'm just about to leave on my trip to go interview some legends around the United States. And I noticed that MFR's movie by Patagonia, it's called Mind Over Mountain, was premiering here in Vancouver. So I went down to check that out. Oh my God, what a beautiful film.
Thank you. It was the first time we were watching it tonight, so yes. I hadn't seen it before, so I didn't know what to expect at all. And I think they did an incredible job of featuring, I guess, friendship and how precious these moments are of like sharing these places and being in the mountains together and like trusting each other. And I guess it was definitely a lot about the physical challenge too, mentally too.
There was good humor in it. Like you guys looked like you were actually having fun and also not having fun, like both at the same time.
Yes, definitely a bit of both, struggling, but kind of like you have to laugh about it, right? Because you're privileged to be out there, and that is such an iconic traverse that so many people have done. So you're like, and the pioneers have done it like so long ago with leather boots and like gear that is not even close to like the technology that we have today. So yeah, you just got to keep going and you got to keep making jokes and we did it. It worked out.
Your experience with winter camping, had you done a bunch of it before? Because I hate winter camping. I hate it, and every time I go, I remember it like almost instantly. I hate this.
Really? I kind of really, I like it a lot. I hadn't done like a ton of it, like nothing like Maddie, who's a mountain guide, and she did like 35-day traverses and stuff like that. But I do enjoy the challenge of sleeping on the glacier and like, you know, making sure you're warm enough and like eating the right food and like waking up and you're freezing and you got to put your snowboard boots on and they're icicles. It's just, it's type 2 fun. Yeah. It definitely is. But then the sunrises are amazing and like, you know, you'll share those stories with your friends forever. Like this is the moments I live for, really.
I think you say at the end, you wish that someone had told you it was that hard. Was it really like that much of a surprise?
Yes, I knew it would be hard, but I didn't know it would be that hard. And I think that because Leah had invited me on there, and Leah is a very organized person, I just assumed that she looked really into it. And I mean, I looked into it, but not as much as she did, because I was like, yeah, she's inviting me on this journey and she knows what we got it, right? And then it was talking to a few other experienced people like Greg Hill, and he was like, you should really get hard boots maybe. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, how hard is this thing? Like, you know? Yeah. And, but yeah, doing it, I was like, okay, holy shit, that was quite a lot more physical than I expected.
So you rode your pro model. Does your pro model come in a split as well?
Yes. Awesome. Yes, I got to ride the pro model. I made the Bucks to Rogers Traverse. How cool is that?
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you were talking to me about it before, I'm sorry, but like those beautiful spots where you guys are going over the flat stuff, that's what I thought you did. I had no idea about the mountain passes. Like, holy shit. That's
like
legit.
The triple rappelled in like those sections. There's one section that we didn't film because we were also gripped, but it was just all like this like scaly rocks and you couldn't rope. I was like, oh, we're gonna rope up for this, right? And Maddie's like, no, we can't rope up here. I'm like, what? Like we're walking down this, and it was like, if you fall, you're so messed up. Like you might not die, but you're not stoked. Like, and it's a rescue scenario, and it was so slippery. And I was like, yeah, there's a few moments that were very real, and didn't even like address that too much in there, which was kind of like good because it was focused on like just keep it going and the friendship. But yeah, there's a few scary moments.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. But yeah, I think Maddie said it well in the film. Like she's, I don't know, 5'2", and her backpack was bigger than her, heavier than her, I'm sure. And she's just such a machine. And I think she comes from that background of being so little and being a female mountain guide or a female athlete in general is like, it's not enough to be good. You have to be better. And those expectations that come with that that part of it is just like that's what makes you stronger too.
Yeah, it sounded like in the beginning she's like, oh, this is going to be a fun trip with my friends. And by the end of day 1 or day 2, she's like, oh man, they're going to have fun and I'm going to be guiding. Like I'm at work there and my work is to make sure they have fun.
Basically, I think she realized how, okay, she's by far the most experienced and we're already so stretched like with our abilities that we're all counting on her to make those calls. And she'd done the traverse before. So obviously, and she's a guide. None of us are guides. So all eyes are on her. And I think, it kicked in that she's like, okay, all responsibilities are on me. This is, more real than she expected. But she's such an amazing person and friend, and she crushed it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
What a fun movie. It was really, like an emotional ride to watch it. Like,
it wasn't like we were complaining the whole time. I was like, wow, we're really done.
I mean, was it the very first day that you're like, I'm toast? No, that was day 2.
Well, every day I was toast.
Yeah.
Seriously. Every day I was like, after the first day, like they were like, oh, big day. I was like, okay, that's good. That means like tomorrow will be easier. But seriously, every day got harder and longer and bigger and more painful. Like the last day was the biggest of all time. Like, and it didn't talk about it then, but that was the worst run of my life, that exit. Because the end was like up and down. You know, on a split board, icy. It's 2 a.m. You just had the biggest touring day of your life.
No, I've never done that. No, I've never had a touring day.
You've never gone touring?
No.
Oh my God.
I hate split boarding. I hate going hike. I'll boot pack, but something
You're a boot
small.
packer. We talked about doing a traverse on a boot pack. Right. Doing boot packing.
Yeah. I mean, I'd take snowshoes, I guess. I wouldn't do it. I would never get roped into that. I doubt I'll ever do another winter camping ever. We did winter camping at Hot Springs, and I was like, okay, we even have hot springs here, and this sucks. Like, it's too cold.
You could traverse from Black Park to Blue Park.
Yeah, that's it. I have a snowmobile. I hope it doesn't ever break down and I have to walk out. I would never walk out. I would just hitchhike. I'd get the inReach. I'm a bit lazy that way.
No, you're not lazy. It's just a different trip, and to each their own. But that was the totally different side of snowboarding for me, for sure. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I just gave up total probably 3 weeks of the best time of the season to be freaking traversing 125 kilometers. What am I doing?
Right.
But I don't regret it at all because it was just an incredible experience, and I love those girls so much. And I'm really grateful for it.
So sick. Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a great night.